Okay, so I wasn't kidding about a blitz of short and sweet videos. It's me again, Foxy D, and here we go. So I'm going to get the message out there nice and clear, and if it's not clear, write me back, comment if you don't agree, or if you do agree, I invite a collaborative effort, all right? I think it's important that we get the message out about this whole workplace mobbing thing and change the narrative. The narrative is wrong, people. So let us continue. All right, anatomy of an adult bully, mobber, corporate psychopath. This is fun. So pay attention. Here we go. So, who are these people? Who are these people who take so much pleasure in other people's pain? You're not like that, most likely, if you're watching this video. I'm not like that. And we would figure, who would do that? It's so confusing when stuff like this happens. But I'll explain something. And it's not going to sound pretty, but it has to be said. So these people, bullies, and I'll call them adult bullies, so the mobbers and corporate psychopaths. The adult bullies are image-driven, power-driven narcissists at the core. What does that mean? That means these are people that are devoid of compassion and empathy. All right, number one. So completely devoid of compassion, empathy, and devoid of integrity. They are excellent liars, okay, and chameleons. So they will change everything about themselves, all right, depending on the audience they want to impress. So they're devoid of compassion and integrity. These are the types of people that will say, ugh, kindness, honesty, and integrity, well, that's weakness. That's the general narrative, all right? So all of a sudden, if you're a kind person, oh my God, I'm perceived as weak. The truth is, it's not that they perceive kindness as weakness or honesty as weakness or integrity as weakness. It drives them insane, drives them nuts. The core that, say, some of us have, that's very solid, is something that they lack, all right? They just don't have it. They can't relate to it whatsoever, okay? So they lack this stable sense of self, this core. Therefore, they're extremely inauthentic creatures. Now, they live to impress others. It's all about titles. It's all about things that they have. And you know what? For me, fine, who cares? But they do, you see. So this is how they build. Everything's about reputation. None of it is about character. So think of, all right, myself, and I describe myself as an HSP. I'm a highly sensitive person, an INFJ in terms of that Myers-Briggs inventory. So yeah, like stuff that impresses them really doesn't impress me whatsoever. But for them, it's everything. So people like me drive them insane, all right, badly. And they'll notice, but we'll get there. So they live to impress others, are very high in terms of self-monitoring behaviors, and you will not get anything genuine out of these people, not even their opinions. Even their opinions are fabricated depending on the audience. It is always based on getting approval from someone higher up. And by higher up, I don't mean a better person. I mean someone who has something that they want. Title, like a better job, a better title, a better car, a nicer watch, etc., etc. And they will do just about anything to climb the corporate hierarchy. But that hierarchy, depending on what the situation is, could be the social hierarchy. Like they so want to be the queen bee, right? It's just like a power hungriness, all right? So here we go. So what do these people hate the most? What do adult bullies hate the most? Simple. People who remind them of their own failings. So people who have integrity, courage, and by courage, I mean the courage to do their own thing, march to the beat of their own drummers, and those who don't rely on the kiss up, kick down paradigm. And remember, they monitor and notice everything. All right. So like say you wear the same thing, I don't know, the same sweater to work 2 days in a row. People like this will notice. They will keep notes almost, okay? Mental notes of who's wearing what. And, if you got a new pair of earrings or whatever the case is, they'll notice the smallest detail. So they will also notice people who don't rely on the kiss up, kick down paradigm. And they will apply a very negative connotation to people like this, including people like me. Loners. That's a loner. Oh, she's always alone. And even if you're not always alone, you're polite with people and you say hi to everybody, but you don't belong to a clique, that is something that they will kind of hone in on. All right? Because it's a threat to them. You're not like them. Uh-oh. Something to watch out for. What else do people like this hate, adult bullies? They hate smilers and happy people who actually care about the quality of work that they do or seem to have some kind of love in their hearts versus fear. They will denigrate smiling and happy people. They will label them as weak, whereby the truth is that they're jealous. It's simple. They're jealous that some people are actually happy. How could they be? They cannot relate because they're miserable. So these miserable creatures will also apply the negative connotation of naive to happy people. So I'm a really happy person, so I walk around sometimes and maybe it's weird. I'll even sing because I'm happy. I mean, it's part of my culture also. But I'm just a happy person. So whatever's happening around, I just tend towards happiness. It's not naivete and it's not being this eternal optimist. Believe me, I've been through a lot and I've learned and understood a lot about people. But I have a big light inside of me. All right? And I suspect, like I said, if you're watching these videos, you do too. And if it's gone for now, it'll be back, I can assure you. With a lot of help and, support. Again. A little bit at a time, I'm going to blitz out these little videos, try to make it short and sweet. So, and what else do they hate? And these adult bullies, they hate people who have a strong sense of self because they can't identify with it. Okay, importantly, so here you are. How do you spot people like this, right? So you don't want to get into another mobbing or want anything like this to happen. So I'm going to give you the ugly truth. Here we go. Number one, hierarchical government and corporate environments are teeming with people like this. So you might see some other smiley people. Yeah, you can just be polite, but observe. Okay? Pay close attention. Wherever you see cliques of people, wherever you see some people looking afraid, your instinct kicks in. Listen to that instinct. So say you just started a job somewhere. It's a hierarchical corporate or government environment, and you get a weird feeling. Listen to that feeling. Maybe this isn't the place for you. Personally, I would never work in an environment like this again, and it's not out of fear. It's a mismatch, a complete mismatch. It's as simple as that. Number two, okay, how else do you spot these types of people, these adult bullies? You will see these crazy, very polarized behaviors from them. What I'm going to say might sound nuts to some of you, but to those of you who have been through it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to get some people coming up to you and telling you some very personal things about themselves or becoming fast friends with you. It's like intense. It's almost like, here's the pie and the slice is very narrow and very deep. So they're going to do the whole TMI, too much information thing with you. Okay? Do not share back. I'll tell you why. Even if you do share back, it's like, oh my God, this person just told me something so personal. Feel awkward. I'm going to tell them something personal too. You might, and you could do that. Just watch what you say. But whatever you tell them, they're going to dismiss. It's like they're not even listening. They don't care about what you have to say. It's all about them. But they will go in really deep and hard with this personal information to you. And then to others, they're so detached and removed and cool and collected. Just saying. Notice. All right. And what else will you notice? This one's important as well. These people will never challenge or never bring about any kind of issue or problem, say, I don't know, with one of the processes at work during a meeting. They will never challenge management. Remember, kiss up, kick down. So these very people who don't challenge management always want to impress. So these are the types of people who will sometimes say, well, I think that on Anti-Bullying Day, we're all going to wear pink t-shirts and pink socks this year. Okay? Or we're going to collect some money and give it to a charitable organization. And these are the people who will step over the homeless on their way home. Okay? So you will notice these weird polarized behaviors. And if you're an INFJ or an HSP like me, you will smell the inauthenticity. Pay attention. Next video, I'm going to talk about who the Mob Bees are. And it'll be quick, short, sweet. Wish you a great day. Foxy D signing off. Take care.